Volume 4, Deadly Family Stories.
Hi, Oddings. Welcome to Stories with Sapphire. I'm your Ate Sapphire. Mother's Day is right around the corner, a time to show appreciation for the women who raised us and shared photos of us proudly with everyone. But what if there is a downside to all of this affection? This Mother's Day, Vanessa is about to find out. And now,
It's story time.
Vanessa adored her little baby girl, Carly. She had so much fun posting photos of her in cute themed outfits, one for every holiday and season. Her family would always comment on how photogenic Carly was and that she could be a model. Those comments always made Vanessa chuckle. The thought of becoming one of those mommy influencers made her roll her eyes, which is why she kept her profile private. Her followers were mostly her friends and family, with the occasional request from another account with mom or baby content that she was happy to approve. One day, she needed to make a quick trip to the grocery store. She called up Renee, the teenager next door, as usual, to come watch Carly while she was out. Vanessa set very strict rules with Renee to never post any videos or photos of Carly or from inside her house. Vanessa kissed Carly on the head and went to the store. As Vanessa rolled her cart down the aisle, she simultaneously scrolled through her timeline. She may not share her baby photos publicly, but she'd be lying if she said she didn't love looking at what other parents posted. They always gave her inspiration for her own photo sessions. Then, her phone buzzed. There was a notification that she was tagged in a photo. She opened the photo and saw the exterior of her house. The number was in full view and the address was tagged. Vanessa immediately called Renee.
Hi, Miss H. How's it going?
Renee, I thought I made myself very clear. Why would you post a photo of my house? Please take it down right now.
What photo?
The photo of my house. Take it down.
Miss H, I really don't know what you're talking about.
Renee, I swear to God, if this is a prank...
It's not, Miss H, I promise. What was the name of the profile?
Vanessa pulled her phone away from her face to look at the name when she got another notification. This time, it was a photo taken from outside the living room window. You could see Renee talking on the phone.
Whoa, what the hell? I just got tagged too.
Renee, get Carly and get out of the house immediately. Call 911. I'm heading home right now. Vanessa abandoned her cart and ran to her car. Another notification. This time, it was of the back of Renee's head, running up the stairs. Vanessa began to panic. She couldn't understand why or how anyone could do this. She arrived home and immediately called out for Renee, but no response. She ran to the stairs and saw a river of blood cascading down the steps. On the staircase was Renee's cold, limp body. Vanessa held her breath and her tears as she ran past her and towards Carly's room. She opened the door. Carly was not in her crib. She wasn't anywhere in the room. Vanessa fell to her knees. She'd never felt so helpless in her life. That familiar buzz pierced through the silence. Hesitantly, Vanessa pulled up the photo. It was Carly, cradled in a pair of hands with long, twisted fingers. Trembling, Vanessa frantically messaged them. "Where is my daughter? Who are you? Give her back! Why are you doing this to me?" They replied, "Because you made it so easy. I don't understand. My profile is private.
LOL. There's no such thing as private on the internet.
As Vanessa responded, they blocked her. Today's story featured Vanessa and Carly, the winners of the last Cameo competition. If you'd like a chance to be featured on a future episode, follow me on Instagram at @StoriesWithSapphire to learn more. Yuna, Emiko's mom, worked 2 jobs to make ends meet. Fortunately, she was able to work from home. Unfortunately, it meant Emiko was left alone most of the time, so Yuna gave her a beautiful doll to keep her company. Emiko named it Okiku and treated it like the sister she never had. Yuna was overjoyed to see that her daughter had taken such a liking to the toy. Those two were inseparable. Emiko brought it on trips to the grocery store, she slept with it at night, she would even seat it at the table for dinner. At first, Yuna thought it was cute when Emiko asked for a separate meal for Okiku. She'd hold the food out in front of its frozen expression and ultimately shoved the food onto its plastic face, causing a mess. It became much less cute after a couple of days. But Yuna just wanted Emiko to be happy, so she quietly cleaned up after every meal. One night during bath time, Emiko brought Okiku into the tub with her. "Aren't you worried she's gonna get ruined, baby?" "Okiku needs a bath too." It had been a couple of weeks since Yuna had given Emiko the doll, and she was more exhausted and annoyed than ever. She was over making extra meals for the doll and cleaning up wasted food. She was embarrassed by referring to the doll as Emiko's sister in public. She was tired of extra long bath times. Yuna decided she had to say something to her daughter, not to completely discourage her imagination, just get her to dial it back a bit. "Baby, I'm so happy that you love Okiku so much, but I just want to make sure you understand that your doll is not actually alive. She doesn't need real food. She doesn't have a stomach or a brain or a heart. You can believe what you want to believe, but I'm not going to treat her like your real sister anymore. Okay? But she is real." Yuna sighed. Too exhausted that night to continue the conversation, she let it go. Yuna was relieved that over the next few weeks, Emiko stopped wasting food and insisting she treat Okiku like a living child. She was pleased to see that her daughter actually listened. When Yuna was tucking Emiko and Okiku in for the night, she noticed something different about the doll. Its hair, once a shoulder-length bob, was now down to its feet. "I told you she was real." Yuna convinced herself that she was just overworked and remembering the doll inaccurately. There's no way the hair actually grew. Then, over the next few days, Yuna started noticing other new details about the doll. It now had fingernails and teeth. While working her second job one night, she couldn't stop thinking about Okiku. She walked out of her room and into Emiko's, where she found her on the ground covering the doll in bandages. Yuna stomped over and grabbed it from her. "Careful, she's sick!" To Yuna's utter shock, there was blood seeping out from underneath the bandages. Now the doll was bleeding? She hastily unwrapped the doll and found a flap in its back. She peeled it open. Stuffed inside the cavity of the doll was someone's heart. "I gave her a heart, Mommy, and everything she needs to be real. Can we go back to calling her my sister again?" If you don't want nightmares tonight, subscribe to my channel and like and share this video. Submit your own stories to storieswithsapphire@gmail.com. For more spooky, supernatural, and spiritual stories, listen to the Stories with Sapphire podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. If you like what you saw and would like to support this independently run show, head over to patreon.com/storieswithsapphire. Until we meet again, sleep tight.